life, sex, goals, and oh, hell knows, this is Midlife Craving. Fancy meeting you here on this week where I'm not usually publishing an episode, but so much has happened. I feel like I have to address this and share it with you all. And I also want to give a little bonus episode to my new listeners who just love my Just the Tip segments over on TikTok, and welcome you guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. A lot of you have told me that you're binge listening, and that makes my heart so happy. So TikToks and charting and tips. Oh my, let's get it on. First, well, you guys, this week has been so crazy. Okay, like the things I'm getting ready to talk about, they've happened just over the last 4 days. So it's been wild. I mean, but that is my life, right? You guys have heard me talk about TikTok. I've talked about it in many episodes. I loathe TikTok, okay? It's tough for me. There's a lot of restrictions on that app, and the shit I talk about, I can't really have the censorship. I was getting violations left and right when I first attempted to make videos. And it was just like, this is not fucking worth it. I was joking about how I was like crushing it because I had like 8 followers at one point, and they were all people that I already knew in my life. But I started to use the app more. I started to watch other videos on other accounts, and I felt like I was getting more comfortable. Like I was like, I could do something like that, you know? So ideas just started like popping in my head. Well, last Friday, I went out and got some margaritas with friends. They were a little strong. They were delicious, and I was feeling good. I came home, and of course, the first thing I have to do is go pee. And while I'm sitting in there in the bathroom, I see my package of dude wipes in the corner. And I thought, you know what? I've got a tip to share. So I broke out my phone and recorded the video like right then and there. I uploaded it to TikTok, made myself another drink, and went to bed. The next morning, I woke up to a fuck ton of notifications. I was like, what the hell is this? I opened the app and realized that my little video that I made had over 50,000 views. I thought to myself, holy fucking shit. Okay, like I'm in the bathroom. My hair was really messy from the rain. I had like full-blown mask knee in effect. I was buzzed off tequila. And here I am, you know, look at me, America. I swear to God, I could not believe it. And I was getting so overwhelmed seeing all of the notifications. I mean, every time I went in there, it was like plus 99, plus 99. It was just tons of likes. And then the comments, there's so many comments. So my tip was a great one. It's a pro tip that I believe, and I don't think it's something I've ever shared on the show yet. I was sharing how you should use dude wipes before you fuck. So like, for instance, if you have a D appointment, and by the way, I was blown away by how many people on the app didn't know what a D appointment was. I was happy to school them. Or let's say you're on a date, or you know you're going to be getting it on later. Use dude wipes. Do not use toilet paper. The reason why is toilet paper can leave behind like dust or even pieces, and you won't know it. Your partner will find it when they're going down, you know, for a little snack. That's what I said on TikTok, you know, keeping it PG. Or when you're bending over and spreading your cheeks, okay? Like, it's a real thing. Like, there's toilet paper dust or, like I said, even pieces. And that's not a good look. Like, nobody wants to have that. And a lot of people don't even know this. And if you know, men or women who are doing this, like, if they see it, they don't talk about it. I mean, because your partner might be embarrassed, and I get it. And it's probably happened to everyone, but I want to talk about it and warn you. And so it won't happen to you, you know, so use dude wipes. So let's talk about this TikTok. So by the end of the day, this is just on Saturday, I was at over 200,000 views. I mean, 200,000 people saw me sitting in my bathroom making this video. Oh my God. I swear to God, I found my fame on TikTok as the butt wipe lady. It's funny as shit to me, but I swear by dude wipes and I love them. So I'm here for it. You know, many of the questions and comments that I got, people were asking, you know, why dude wipes? And I only could say they're superior to the rest. You know, they're made for a man, so you know they're going to be good, right? Like when something's made for a man, this shit's top of the line. And they're stronger, they're larger size. They also have zero smells. That's a big thing for me. So people are talking about like the Cottonelle ones or the generic Walmart brand or whatever. And like they have a smell and they tear and they rip and they stick together and they're just a pain in the ass. So like here I am, gonna use my wipes before a D appointment or having sex with my husband or whatever. I don't want to smell like a fragrance, because then I feel like, oh my God, am I trying to cover something up? So dude wipes are great because they are unscented, and I love that about them. I know what you're thinking, Adrienne. Did you tag them on your video? Of fucking course I did, and I'm so excited because they shared my video, they loved my content, and I got them to give me a promo code for all of my listeners. So head on over to their website, dudeproducts.com, and use the code DUDE20 to get 20% off their entire line. I mean, that's a win, right? So, take advantage of that. Again, it's dudeproducts.com and the promotion code is DUDE20. They have a lot of stuff on there. I was actually surprised at some of the things they had. But I swear by their unscented wipes. I also do like their new mint chill ones. And I know I said unscented, but they don't really have a smell. It just like makes your butt feel good. You can get them and try them and then let me know what you think. I want to tell you too, when I was telling Zach about my newfound fame, he said, Adrienne, I always knew you would go viral. I just thought that you would need penicillin to take care of it is all. And I'm like, what the fuck, Zach? But you know what? Damn, he does know me pretty damn well. Okay, so my next TikTok that went viral. But wait, there's more. I said that in the last episode that I was going to be working around the old ranchero, making my pile of bricks over here, to look all nice and doing some upgrades around the house. Well, I got new carpet yesterday. So this is a crazy story, but this is my life. So the crew gets there. It's like 7:30 in the morning. And his name, I was like, hi, nice to meet you. He was like, hi, I'm Harvey. I was like, oh, nice. And I was like, Harvey what? And he was like, Wallbanger, Harvey Wallbanger. And I just knew right away. I was like, he's fucking cool. He was definitely quite the character. When he came in and I was like, would you like coffee or anything? And he was like, oh, no, thanks, honey. I got my Jack Daniels in the cooler outside in the van. And I'm like, okay, great. And he kept going out there and like taking sips out of his thermos. I was like, you do you, boo. You do you. So they come in and, I tried to clear out my bedroom as much as possible, but I couldn't move some of the bigger furniture, including the bed. So we're taking the mattress apart. And I lift up one of the box springs and 2 pieces of wood just like fell to the ground. And there's like, oh my God, there's like shredded wood everywhere under the bed. And Harvey looks at me and I just look at him and I didn't say anything. So then we lift the next box spring up and it's the same fucking thing. There's just like broken pieces, including it looks like someone took a bite out of the corner of my bed frame. Like, I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like I had no idea. When I was preparing the room and getting everything out, I was like, Adrienne, make sure you get all of your dildos, all your chargers everywhere. Like don't have anything left out. I was so concerned about that. I didn't even look under the bed because I was like, I don't put anything under there. I had no idea that my bed had been like crippling below me. So he just sat there and looked at me and I just looked at him and I didn't say anything. Well, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to pretend that this did not fucking happen. And I was walking out and he was like, mm-hmm. And I was like, that is not from sex. And he was like, sure. Okay. So I go downstairs and I'm just like, oh my God, my face is red. I mean, it's not that embarrassing, but it's just fucking funny. And I was just like, seriously shocked. I had no idea that was going on. So I'm downstairs working and he all of a sudden just starts shouting stuff at me. And he's like, hey, hon, you don't got to be embarrassed. And I'm like, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. It's funny to me. And I was like, but it wasn't sex. It just came out like word vomit. And he all of a sudden and so he's like yelling these things. So I get my phone out and I'm like, I'm fucking recording this because no one's going to believe this shit. So he's yelling and he goes, I know what happened in this bed up here. You can't tell me no lies. And I am just like fucking in tears. Like, I mean, if you look at the video, I have like the smoker's laugh. I don't smoke, but I just have that laugh. And I'm just like literally like gasping for air because it was just so fucking funny. So I just thought to myself, you know what? I'm making it a TikTok. So I showed my broke ass bed and, put on the recording of him just yelling all these funny ass comments down to me. And oh my God, like that TikTok had 150,000 views. I'm like, oh my God. Like, in the comment section is absolutely hysterical. I mean, you go to my TikTok, Midlife Craving Podcast, and just take a look at all the comments. I mean, it's comedic gold. All of a sudden, it hit me. I was like, I'm going to give the people what they want. Funny shit happens to me. I have great sex tips, and I'm really passionate about wanting other people to be at peace with their sexuality, let their freak flags fly and have good fucking sex. Life is short. Let's fucking get it on. That is my passion. So I started thinking of ways I could like manipulate TikToks and bypass their censorship. And I came up with like my next viral TikTok, which it's like DJ Khaled, another one. All right, so here it is. I'm going to start a new segment on TikTok. I have the segment here, Just the Tip. Well, on TikTok, I'm going to do Just the Tip Tuesdays. So it's a lot of fun. And so yesterday on Tuesday, I shared a tip, and I kind of shared it before about sucking dick and jerking off, but basically it's like how to get a man to climax, right? So I was thinking of ways to bypass and how to show this. So I broke out a wooden spoon as my prop, and I go, let's just say that you're churning butter. And as I'm saying churning butter, I'm, doing like the hand job stroke up and down it. And I just, made a point to say, at the end, keep it consistent, suction and the movement and the pressure, like the consistency is key. And then I took my finger and I said, pay attention to the underside of the wooden spoon. I said, it's like the male version of your little man in the boat. By the way, it was funny to me. A lot of people didn't know what that was either. So I'm referring everyone to Urban Dictionary. Go there, take a gander, and school yourself on some of these terms. So let me just tell you though, this comment section on this TikTok, I mean, it's still my phone is still blowing up. It's out of control, and it is some of the funniest comments. And to be honest with you, I am now living for these clapbacks. Like, I love giving responses, and it just comes to me naturally, and it comes to me quick, and I just like fire it off, and there's these hilarious conversations going on. So again, go follow me on TikTok at Midlife Craving Podcast. It is worth, I know what you're thinking, like, I don't have a fucking TikTok. It is worth downloading the app, creating some, blank account, and just following me so you can literally just have comedic gold every day in your pocket. You are fucking welcome. All right, so I've got to share some of the comments that are from my Just the Tip Tuesday. All right, so one of the users said, "You're a goddess." And I just responded and said, "Out here doing God's work." This other guy said, "This is the weirdest cooking class ever." And I responded, "Bon appetit. I hope you're hungry." The next one said, "As a butter producer, your tip is spot on." And I responded with a little emoji. There's actually an emoji with a chef's hat and a wooden spoon. And I said, "Welcome to my kitchen." I love that emoji now. I'm going to use it everywhere. The next one said, "Confident, entrepreneurial, sexy, what a milkshake. I'll take it." And I just responded and said, "You can come to my yard." My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. The next one said, one of them said, "Will you marry me?" And I responded and said, "I'll do everything but sign the paperwork." I mean, for fuck's sake. We have discussed that many times on this show. Another one said, "I bet you take more than just the tip." So I put like those little like red flashing lights and I said, "Spoiler alert." Fucking duh. And then another one, he actually tagged his spouse in it. And that kind of made me happy because I was like, you know what? This is an opportunity. So I responded to him and I said, "Hey, go to my website, midlifecraving.com, and play my sex match game. I want couples to have great sex." And I'm like, go download it, play it with your partner, get back to me and let me know what you think. So that's one of the things I love and I'm like really excited about is getting these tips out there so people can be satisfied more. And by the way, if everyone just took a little bit of time to invest in their sex lives and get it on more or jerk off more, I just think the world will be a much happier place. Needless to say, I'm killing it over on TikTok and I am absolutely having way too much fun. So go follow me at Midlife Craving Podcast and give me some comments, like see what I can clap back to you. And catch me on there every Tuesday for a sex tip. I mean, there's just so many. And let me just say, I'm so glad I got over my TikTok phobia because thanks to it, I have gotten a ton of new listeners. And I just want to give you guys a shout out. I love that you found me and that you're here. I hope that you're loving the show. Of course you are. And you guys, I mean, oh my God, like this is insane. So I was laying in bed. I just got done with Captain. You know, I am wearing him out. Oh, by the way, I got a new toy. I ordered a new toy this week. I'm going to talk about it on next Friday's show. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to try it. I do feel like I'm cheating on Captain, but it's all in good fun. No one's feelings are getting hurt here. So I'm really excited to try that toy. All right. So anyway, I'm laying in bed. Just got done with Captain, feeling great, looking forward to a good night's rest. And I got this email and it's like, your podcast is charted. And I'm like, what? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. I open it up and it's a notification that Apple Podcasts has actually I've made the charts, right? Like, I mean, this is something that podcasters, they aspire to do. You know, you want your podcast, you want your cover art to be seen in that like browse section of Apple Podcasts. And I was number 20 in the US and number 7 in Canada. And I swear to you, I did. I'm not a crier, but I like shed a little tear. Like, I couldn't believe it. I mean, that was a goal. I mean, a fucking goal achieved, you know, it's just like all the hard work, especially last week with like missing that episode with the dead mic, you know, the grit, the grind, the persevering. I mean, it fucking paid off. And God, I'm just so thankful and I'm so humbled and #blessed. You know, those bitches, you always say that just for all of the love and all of the support. So thank you, truly, like from the bottom of my heart. It was a big goal of mine and I achieved it. And I even like scrolled through there today and I'm like, oh my God, it's me. And it's by other podcasts that I've listened to. I mean, it's pretty fucking amazing. I'm not going to lie. So thanks, guys. All right, let's wrap this little bonus episode up with the segment that made me so fucking famous. Just the tip. I want to do a little recap because I know I have a lot of new listeners and many of you may start, you know, go backwards or I'm not sure. And just a friendly reminder, if you are going to my first and second episodes, give me a little break. I was still learning editing. So, I mean, it's great content, but the editing has definitely gotten much better. So bear with me on those. But I just want to do a little recap here because I did have 2 Just the Tip segments already, and I wanted to talk about the things that I discussed. So from episode 4, I discussed the following. One of my biggest and best tips and things this is probably the tip that I tell everyone when I do interviews or I share things with others is watch porn. Watch more porn. Porn is amazing because you can learn. You can actually like Google how to eat pussy, how to suck dick better, how to finger. I mean, these are things like you can go and you can school and train yourself. And God bless you if you're someone who does that because that is such a giving and selfless act that you can do for your partner. So I love people like that. I'm like that. Anyway, so you can learn. And then also you can try something new. You can see something and be like, wow, I didn't know that existed. Like for me, breath play. I've never really experienced breath play until later. And I think, you know, watching James Dean fuck the girls the way that he does, I was like, I want to do that, you know? So I started trying it and I fucking love it. Another thing I love about porn is that you can watch it with your partner. You know, everyone watches porn. I know so many people that say, you know, I don't watch it. Bullshit. It's so readily available. It's a little, you know, portal right there in your pocket and you can just watch whatever you want. You know, invest that time with your partner and learn, grow, and have fun together. So love watching porn. My next one is a great tip and one that I swear by, and that is to use lube. A lot of people are shy and, you know, stray away from using lube because they're like, they're feeling insecure about it. Like, well, I should be wet enough to where I don't have to use lube. And that's not the purpose. I'm talking about like, when you're having a long sexcapade session, lube is, that friction, it gets to be a lot. And using lube, there's nothing wrong with it. Using a little bit of lube, it makes it more enjoyable for everyone. So I just shared that my favorite brand is Astroglide, and one of my favorite tips ever. So, as a woman, the last couple of days of your period, or if you want to have period sex or shower sex, whatever. And let's say you're uncomfortable with using lube in front of your partner. One of my pro tips, and I've done this before too, like, especially if it's like the end of your period, you're dating somebody and you don't want to be like, I just got off my period, whatever. Okay. And you're also like naturally you're not as wet as you're going to be like towards the middle of your cycle. Like as a woman, your body goes through a certain cycle throughout the month. Anyway, so one of my pro tips is you can take a little bit of lube. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. And you could just put a little bit on your fingertip and then slide that in, and it's not a lot, like I said. And when you're ready to get it on with your partner, I mean, the wetness is going to be there, and it doesn't smell. It's not sticky. Like that's why I like Astroglide, and it's just going to make the sex more enjoyable, especially. And there's no shame. Like I know a lot of women, like coming to this age, like a lot of women suffer, premenopause, and even if you're going through menopause, like the dryness, it's a thing. So if you're concerned about or if you're self-conscious about it, just use that trick. So put a little bit of lube on your finger, put it in there. You can even like use a little lube around the outside, which makes like entry, smooth sailing. And it's better for everyone, and you'll have great sex. In fact, I had one of my listeners reach out to me, and she was like, Adrienne, I heard your tip about lube. She was like, I just got off my period and I did the little one finger trick, and my husband and I had a cookie while the kids were taking a nap. And she was like, it's the best sex that I've had in a really long time. And it's like, that's fucking amazing, And especially, the lube trick works if you don't have a lot of time. Like if it's a quickie or something, you're just getting it in, there's not a lot of time for foreplay. The lube trick, it works. I'm telling you, just think about it, remember it, and try it with your partner. The next tip I talk about on episode 4 is blowjobs, kind of like my churning butter, just the tip on TikTok yesterday. It's talking about, the consistency. And I talk also about like, make sure you're using your hands and using your hands in your mouth in a fluid motion. I also talk a lot about balls. Don't forget them. So those are the 3 of the tips that I talked about on episode 4. On episode 11, my tips were, this is one of my favorite ones. Lick your finger. Men, lick your finger before you're touching her pussy. So this to me is a pro tip. Remember that song? You better lick it before you stick it. I mean, there's a reason why that song was fucking made. So licking your fingers, touching her clit, licking your fingers, and then, sliding them inside. Fucking pro tip. All right, my next one. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. And you guys know I'm on my 60-day no-day diet. I can't even fucking, I'm getting tongue-tied because I really need to get laid. I'm on my 60-day no-D diet, and I'm struggling. So even talking about this stuff, like I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get fucked. Anyway, I was talking about eye contact and like what a great tip that is. So in the bedroom, have a little bit of light in the room. Make sure you can see your partner, and having that eye contact is one of the sexiest things to me in the bedroom. It just makes it just ups that passion level. You know what I mean? And also it shows the confidence in you. Like when you're destroying my pussy and you're fucking looking at my soul while you do it, the fucking best. I also talk about, identifying the clit and then what to do with it. Especially like when you're fingering or when you're licking the clit, like up and down motions are the best, I think, for most women, and your partner will tell you. And then also to be gentle. Oh my God, I can't tell you, like it's so offensive when a man jams his fingers inside of you or like rubs your clit to the point where you're just like, okay, that doesn't feel good anymore. So to be gentle. So I talk a lot about the clit in that episode. And then the last one, Uncle Mo had this tip and I'm on board, was to stay in shape. The more stamina that you have, the better sex that you're going to have. So get in the gym. And then also when you're looking good and feeling good, I mean, that increases your confidence in the bedroom. And I swear to God, like the number one thing I always say that I want in a man It's confidence in the bedroom. I mean, there's a lot of variables, but I can fucking work with you if you're confident. All right, so go check out those tips from my previous episodes 4 and 11. They were discussed thoroughly, and it's a lot of fun. I am so excited about this segment in my show, and I can't wait to expand it over to TikTok. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm going to keep this party train going. More tips coming in hot. And let me just tell you, there is plenty fucking more where that came from. I'm so fucking passionate about this subject. You know, like with me, what you see is what you motherfucking get. And I'm not going to change. So I will see you guys 1 week from today. It feels weird to say that. Usually my episodes are every other Friday, but I wanted to get on here and get this bonus episode out to you guys because I'm just so thankful and I mean really humbled for all of the love and support. And I'm just really excited about the future of the show, you know, what midlife craving could be and how many people I can help in this world. Like that's my ultimate goal. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Remember, don't sleep on TikTok. Go hit me up over there.